Well, it's pleasant here in the Castro. Raymond is somewhere up in the clouds on Twin Peaks. Cold up there, Raymond?
Yeah, just rub it in.
Hang on to your wig.
This wind isn't doing wonders for my hair, though. Well, Pride Weekend here in San Francisco had its kickoff with the Trans March on Friday afternoon. This annual event celebrates the T and LGBT with the rally in Dolores Park, followed by a march to United Nations Plaza, and it gets bigger every year. The Trans March turns 8 this year as the community commemorates the historic riots 45 years ago at a cafeteria located 5 blocks away in the Tenderloin district of San Francisco. The riot erupted in response to transgender people being the constant target of police brutality and discrimination. Every year has seen an increase in the number of marchers as people of other communities join in.
I think that it continues to get bigger and better and more crowded, and not just by trans people. We also see a lot of cisgendered and genderqueer and lesbians. Everyone, the whole culture, comes out to support Trans March every year now, and it keeps on getting bigger and bigger.
This Trans March is in honor of the Compton's cafeteria riots in 1966, when law enforcement and others verbally and physically harassed the transgender and gender variant community, and now we have police officers and parking enforcement leading and protecting us. I think that says volumes, and it does get better year after year for people that identify as trans.
Despite the advances of social justice for transgender people, pending legislation specific to the trans community is outnumbered by those for the gay community.
There are protections already in place, but we need them enforced, and we've been making some strides up in Sacramento. We have a yearly Trans Advocacy Day every May, where we go out and talk to legislators about bills that are important to the transgender community, and one of them has been getting the protections enforced.
There are just 2 state assembly bills specific to the transgender community in this year's legislative session. According to the Transgender Law Center, 67% of transgender workers experience some form of discrimination on the job, but only 15% of them filed a complaint. AB 887, the Gender Non-Discrimination Act, will strengthen existing protections for transgender Californians by establishing gender identity and gender expression as their own categories in non-discrimination laws. AB 433, the Vital Statistics Modernization Act, would streamline the existing process for making a petition for a court order recognizing a change of gender and obtaining an updated birth certificate.
In a lot of cases, trans people can't get any kind of medical access to their hormones, to their therapy. It's just not there, and when there's only one source for medical attention and that's taken away, there's a whole segment of people that just aren't treated. And San Francisco is sort of a haven, an emerald city for trans people. You come here to a place where most people believe this is the place to come if you're going to be trans. And to come and find here that in a place where everyone who's trans comes, that there's no medical services available for people.
If you ever meet a trans person out in public that's physically, mentally transitioned, you will see someone of unrivaled courage, unrivaled bravery, someone that's so strong. So I think to get to a point where you're out and comfortable and out in a world that isn't always so kind to you, it first takes confidence and courage to know who you are and know what you have to do. As far as how people will treat you, you know, it's better in some places and not so much in others. But that's why me and other people are here in the city and county of San Francisco, which is one of the most respecting communities and one that really has laws to protect us.